Hi, hello, and welcome back, my dear students of grade 10. In this video, we are going to see Science Chapter 1, that is Chemical Reactions and Equations Chapter MCQs. Nearly, we are going to cover 30 MCQs, and each MCQ I'll explain in detail. And these MCQs will be very helpful and it will be important for your board examination. Without wasting our further time, let us jump into MCQs. You see that first question? A substance which oxidizes itself and reduces other is known as. Let us take two elements, for example, X and Y. Both elements are combining together to form a new product. So X and Y known as reactants, and here we will get products. So according to the question, a substance which oxidizes itself. So any one of these you can consider. You can consider either X or Y. Okay, let us consider Y. A substance which oxidizes itself. So Y is becoming YO. So what is meant by oxidation? Oxidation is nothing but addition of oxygen itself and reduces other. So previously you can say oxygen is with X, and after combination we got YO and X got reduced. Here X got reduced, Y got oxidized, known as. So what we need to call this Y? So you see, because of this Y, X lost oxygen. Removal of oxygen is known as reduction, isn't it? So because of Y, X has lost oxygen and X got reduced. So Y is known as reducing agent. So the agent or element which is responsible for reduction is known as reducing agent. So answer is reducing agent. Let us see second question. Which of the following reactions involves the combination of two elements? To understand this question, to attempt this question, you should have an idea regarding what is meant by atom, what is meant by element, molecule, or compound. Atom is nothing but if it is single, for example, just oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, we can call it as an atom. While coming to element, group of similar atoms. Group of similar atoms known as element means oxygen plus oxygen nothing but O2, hydrogen plus hydrogen nothing but hydrogen element, like that. While coming to molecule and compound, you can go with group of different atoms. Different atoms. If you observe, H2O is a molecule, or if you go with 2H2O as a compound, CaCO3, calcium, carbon, oxygen, three different elements or three different atoms known as molecule. Here what they give, which of the following reactions involves a combination of two elements, means elements only should participate. If you observe here, CaI, calcium and iodine, both are mixed, it is molecule. Carbon dioxide is molecule. Calcium carbonate, either molecule or compound. Here SO2, sulfur dioxide, two different atoms, molecule. And here, of course, this is element. So SO3, molecule or compound we can call. If you observe this one, ammonia is molecule, HCl is molecule, NH4Cl, ammonium chloride is molecule, compound. But if you observe this B, sodium, just we have only one, it is an element. Oxygen, element, and we are getting, of course, molecule. So what they asked, which of the following reactions involves the combination of two elements? So answer would be this B, Na plus O2. Next, third question. When hydrogen sulfide gas is passed through a blue solution of copper sulfate, a black precipitate of copper sulfide is obtained and the sulfuric acid so formed remains in the solution. The reaction is an example of. So to answer this question, we need equation first. When hydrogen sulfide H2S gas is passed through blue solution of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate CuSO4. CuSO4 plus H2S gives rise to CuS copper sulfide. That's it. That's it, right? Copper sulfide. The black precipitate of copper sulfide is formed. This copper sulfide is black, and this one is blue, as they mentioned in question. And the sulfuric acid so formed plus sulfuric acid chemical formula H2SO4. Now, what is the type of this reaction? Here, if you observe, from copper sulfate copper and from hydrogen sulfide sulfide, both are mixing together and we are getting here copper sulfide, and from copper sulfate SO4, from H2S H2, both are combining together to form H2SO4. Here we have one displacement, here we have another displacement. So answer is double displacement, or of course you can go with double decomposition, that is also correct. Here we have only one displacement. Answer is double displacement or double decomposition. Question number 4. Which of the following is a physical change? So to answer this, we should have some idea regarding physical change and chemical change. Physical change means which is reversible. Chemical change which is irreversible. While coming to physical change, change is just temporary. Chemical change which is permanent. Now if you observe ABCD, formation of curd from milk. So if milk is converted to curd, milk and curd. Again, from curd to milk we cannot get. So it is chemical change. Ripening of fruits. If fruits get ripened, again that cannot be retreated back. So this one is also chemical change. If you see this D, burning of wood. If wood is burnt, it will become coal or charcoal. And again, from this charcoal or coal, we cannot get wood back. This one is also chemical change. Getting salt from seawater is the only option left. And answer, that is physical change. We can get salt from water. Again, salt can be mixed. That can be taken back like that. Well, coming to fifth question. What happens when copper rod is dipped in iron sulfate solution? We have 4 options. First, let us write equation. What happens when copper rod Cu and dipped in iron sulfate, Cu plus iron sulfate FeSO4 gives rise to, here this is iron, this is copper. In the chapter of metals and non-metals, you might have learned about reactivity series. Reactivity series. In that reactivity series, we can understand one thing. Iron is more reactive than copper. Means copper is less reactive. So because of less reactive, this copper cannot displace iron. It cannot displace iron. It doesn't have that much strength. So answer is no reaction. Here what options are there? Copper displaces iron? No, that is not possible because copper is least reactive than iron. Blue color copper sulfate solution is obtained? No. No reaction takes place? Yes. Reaction is exothermic. There is no production of heat or absorption of heat. I think so. What is, what is meant by exothermic and endothermic, that we'll discuss in further MCQs. So answer is no reaction takes place. Sixth question. A student added dilute HCl to test tube containing zinc granules and made following observations. So let us write an equation. Student added HCl to a test tube containing zinc granules. Zn plus HCl gives rise to, we know equation, ZnCl2 zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas H2, and you can represent either with arrow mark or G. G stands for gas. Of course, this arrow mark which is pointing towards up, that is also gas. Now to balance this, ZnCl2, here 2 we have, and we have to place 2 here, such that 2 hydrogens and 2 hydrogens, the equation got balanced. Now let us see. The zinc surface became dull and black. No, total zinc will be dissolved in it. There is no remains of zinc. So that is not the answer. A gas evolved which burnt with pop sound. Gas is hydrogen gas, and what is the property of this one, or what is the test for the hydrogen gas? Yes, if you bring burning splinter near hydrogen, that will put off with pop or top sound. Yes, we can consider this. Let us see, do we have any multiple options or what? The solution remained colorless. No, this solution will not be colorless. If you see, it will be somewhat pale yellow in color. So this is not the answer. The solution becomes green in color. No, it is not green. So only option left, that is B, a gas evolved which burnt with pop sound. Well, coming to seventh question. A dilute solution of hydrogen carbonate was added to two test tubes, one containing dilute HCl and other containing dilute NaOH. The correct observation was, okay, let us try to see what is added. Sodium carbonate. Chemical formula of sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. They have added in two test tubes. So let us take Na2CO3 and Na2CO3. So let us consider this is first test tube and this is second test tube. Na2CO3 is added to HCl, and here Na2CO3 is added to NaOH. HCl is an acid and NaOH is base, gives rise to. So in metals and non-metals, or in acids and bases chapter, we have learned when metal carbonate is added to acid, reaction takes place, it will form salt plus carbon dioxide gas plus water, chemical property of an acid. But while coming to metal carbonate plus base gives rise to no reaction. Okay, now what salt is formed here? It is NaCl, sodium chloride, plus of course carbon dioxide gas, CO2 plus water, H2O. Now if you want to balance this, Na2CO3, here Na1, you can place 2 here. If you place 2 here, chlorine will become 2, and for hydrogen you can keep 2 for HCl, and hydrogen is 2, hydrogen 2. Fine, now that is balanced. And while coming to oxygen, 3 oxygens here and 2 plus 1, 3 oxygens. Fine. Now let us see what are 4 options. A brown colored gas liberated in test tube A. In test tube A, we are getting only one gas, that is carbon dioxide gas. What is the color of the carbon dioxide gas? It is colorless. Colorless. There is no smell, no color for carbon dioxide. No, so this is wrong. Brown colored gas liberated in test tube B. In test tube B, basically there is no reaction. This is wrong. A colorless gas liberated in test tube A. Yes, in test tube A we have one colorless gas, that is carbon dioxide. Colorless gas liberated in test tube B? No. Test tube B, no reaction. So answer is C. Eighth question. A balanced chemical equation is in accordance with, very direct question. Answer easily we can guess, that is law of conservation of mass. So all chemical equations will follow law of conservation of mass. If you remember your grade 9, we got two laws: law of constant proportion, and second one, law of conservation of mass. Where this is used, law of constant proportion is used to write chemical formulas of molecules. So if you want to write chemical formulas, if you remember crisscross method, where we will use this. And while coming to law of conservation of mass, this is used to write chemical equations. So answer is that. The equation Cu plus X HNO3 nitric acid gives rise to CuNO3 taken twice copper nitrate plus YNO2 plus 2H2O. That is the equation given. The values of X and Y. Simple. They are asking us to balance it. So if you want to balance how many copper? Y, 1 copper, reactant side, and this is product side, another 1 copper product side, so copper is balanced. While coming to hydrogen, 1 hydrogen here, and while coming to here we have 4 hydrogens, right? Next, while coming to nitrogen, how many nitrogens we got? We got 1 nitrogen here, and here n into 2, 2 nitrogens plus here 1 nitrogen, so we have 3 nitrogens. And then oxygen, we have 3 oxygens here. While coming to here 3 into 3, sorry, 3 into 2, 3 to 6 plus nitrogens 2 here, oxygens 2 plus. While coming to here we have again 2 into oxygen 2, 6 plus 2 plus 2, 10. So total 10 oxygens are there. So how to balance? What we can do first? If you see hydrogen, we have 4 hydrogens. Let us place 4 and let us check it. If you place 4, 4 hydrogens, okay. While coming to oxygen, we have 4 here, 3, 4, 3 is 12 we got. And what we can do, we can place 2 here, oxygen, because if you place some number here, what will happen? Again we have to change this copper. If you place this one, again we have to change this oxygen. If you place 2 here, now you see count oxygens, 3 into 2, 3 to 6 plus 2 into 2, 4 plus 2 into 1, 2, that is equal to 12. Here we got 12 oxygens, here we got 12 oxygens. Now answer would be, here we got 4. So in the place of X, 4. In the place of Y, you can place 2. So answer would be 4 and 2. This is the answer. Or what you can do, trial and error method you can do. All options they gave, right? First place 3 here and place 5 here. Try to check the count. If you place 3 here, what will happen? 3 hydrogens and it will become 4. So you can eliminate this. If you place 8 and 6. So try to place 8 here. 8 and 6. If you place 8, how many hydrogens? 8. How many hydrogens here? 4. Not going to work out. If you place 7, 7 hydrogens, 4 hydrogens, not going to work out. If you place 4, 4, what will happen? Hydrogens 4, yes. And if you place 2 here, you can count nitrogen. Like that you can use trial and error method also. That is your question number 9. And next question 10. Zinc plus H2SO4 gives rise to ZnSO4 plus H2. What they asked? Above reaction is, so type of reaction. You see from H2SO4 here zinc plus H2SO4 gives rise to here zinc is combining with this HO4 and we are getting ZnSO4 and this hydrogen got displaced. How many displacements you can see? Only one displacement. So answer is single displacement. This is also very direct question. While coming to 11th, the reaction in which two compounds exchange their ions to form new compound. Here two compounds. Let us take AB is one compound. It is reacting with CD and what they are asking, exchange their ions. So from AB, A, from CD, let us take D, plus again from AB, B, from CD, C. Here, how many displacements you can find? One displacement and two displacements. So Answer is double displacement reaction is the correct answer. This is also direct question. Next, question number 12. A redox reaction is one in which we know oxidation and we know reduction. So in any equation, if there is any addition of oxygen, we can call it as oxidation, or removal of oxygen is known as reduction. But in any equation, if you find both addition and removal, so that will come under redox. So in any equation, if you find oxidation as well as reduction, nothing but redox. Here what they give, both the substances are reduced. No, one should be reduced, one should be oxidized. Both substances are oxidized. No. An acid is neutralized by the base. No. Here one substance is oxidized while other is reduced. So you have to find oxidation at the same time reduction, that is redox. Answer is D. Next, while coming to 13th question, when the gases sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide mix in the presence of water, the reaction is SO2 plus 2H2S gives rise to 2H2O plus 3S. Okay, here hydrogen sulfide is acting as. So again, if you remember the first bit, I told XO plus Y gives rise to YO plus X. Here we can consider this H2S as H2S, we can consider Y as hydrogen and SO2. X as sulfur gives rise to Y means hydrogen, and we got oxygen plus X. What is that X? Sulfur remain. Now hydrogen sulfide is acting as, because of this hydrogen sulfide, sulfur got reduced, isn't it? Because of hydrogen sulfide, sulfur got reduced. So we can say hydrogen sulfide is a reducing agent. Simple. Next, 14th question. CuO plus H2 gives rise to H2O plus Cu. The reaction is example of. Now you see CuO plus H2 gives rise to H2O plus Cu. Now H2 is becoming oxidized, copper is becoming reduced. You can find oxidation at the same time reduction in the same equation. If you find it, we have to call it as redox reaction, as we discussed here, 12th bit. Next, 15th one. In the following equations, Na2CO3 plus XHCl gives rise to 2NaCl plus CO2 plus H2. The value of X is. So in previous question, we have completed that one by using trial and error method. Here what you can do, directly substitute and see. First substitute this one. If you substitute one, how many hydrogens? One hydrogen, and while coming to your two hydrogens, no. And if you substitute to 2, if it is 2, how many hydrogens? 2. And how many hydrogens? 2. Okay, hydrogen got balanced. Chlorine, how many chlorines? If you substitute 2 here, 2 chlorines. And while coming to here, of course 2 chlorines. Yes, 2 might be the answer. Substitute to 3. If you substitute to 3 here, 3 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens, no. If you substitute here also, it will not happen. So answer is directly we can say 2. Straight away you can substitute and check the numbers. Next, 16. In the equation, NaOH plus HNO3 gives rise to NaNO3 plus H2O. Now the nitric acid is acting as, what we can say, oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent means oxygen should be added. Here for NaO, here we can find Na. For nitrogen also you can find oxygen. Nothing is happening. For hydrogen we have oxygen, for hydrogen we have oxygen. No oxidation, nothing. And we have nitrating agent. No, that is not nitrating agent. And dehydrating agent. Dehydrating agent means removal of oxygen. So total, not oxygen, sorry, it is H2O. Removal of water. Nothing is happening. So Only option left is an acid. Nitric acid is acting as an acid. Simple. 17th question. Fe2O3 plus Al gives rise to Al2O3 plus 2Fe. The above reaction is example of. So from Fe2O3 and Al is combining with that one. From Fe2O3, oxygen got displaced and attaching with aluminium. We got aluminium oxide and iron is left. How many displacements happening? One displacement. So it is single displacement. Here we have double displacement. No, this is not combination. This is not decomposition. It is single displacement. Very direct question. 18th, simple and direct question. White silver chloride in sunlight turns to, of course, gray. Of course, gray. It will not remain white. It will not become yellow or red. Gray. 19th question. Black and white photography users. Here we have decomposition of silver chloride, silver bromide, both. None of these. Maximum students will go with this both. Here they are not asking photography. Guys, if a question is photography, in photography, which one is used means you can write silver chloride. You can go with silver bromide. At the same time, you can go with silver iodide also. These three are halides. Halides. In photography, of course, these three are used, but especially if it is black and white photography, answer is silver bromide. This is the answer, not silver chloride. Don't go with both. 20th question. When copper powder is heated, it gets coated with. When copper powder is heated, copper powder or copper plus O2 gives rise to, that means it is, if it is heated, we will get CuO, copper oxide, which should be in black color. Now answer, black copper oxide. Yes, black color, copper oxide is formed. This is correct. Yellow, no. None of this, no. Red, no. Answer is A, black copper oxide is formed. 21st question. Combination of phosphorus and oxygen is an example of. So phosphorus P plus oxygen O2 gives rise to phosphorus plus oxygen. We will get phosphorus oxide P2O3. When 4 phosphorus plus 3 oxygen gives rise to P2O3, or we can write this equation as 4P plus 5O2 gives rise to 2P2O5, here 2P2O3. So what is happening? When phosphorus is combining with oxygen, oxygen is added. So addition of oxygen is known as simple oxidation, isn't it? Can we find oxidation? Yes, oxidation here. It is not reduction. It is not transitivity. Not none of these. Answer is oxidation. 22. To indicate the presence of gaseous reactants or products, we use symbol. If you remember, we discussed this question. So how we can mention? We can mention GG, correct? Upward direction, correct? Downward direction, no. It is not any precipitate, or it is not any metal or any thing which is settling at the bottom. Answer is A, B. Can we find here? Yes, A and B. Answer is D, both A and B. For example, if it is hydrogen, you can mention it as G. Or if you have hydrogen, we can mention with up arrow mark. So gas always it will rise up. 23rd question. When CaNO3 calcium nitrate is heated, it gives CaO. Okay, let us write in form of equation. When CaNO3 taken twice is heated, this delta we have to represent, indication of heating, gives rise to CaO NO2. So plus NO2. So they have given gas. Okay, leave it. plus O2, oxygen, fine. The correct number of moles of CaNO3 taken twice, CaO, NO2 and O2 are, okay, means they are asking us to balance the equation. What you can do, if you want, you can write and balance trial and error method, or you can substitute all these numbers to find it out. Either way, you see what are the reactants? Calcium, nitrogen, oxygen reactants. Products also will be same, calcium, nitrogen, oxygen. This reactant side, calcium, how many calciums? 1. While coming to nitrogen, 2. While coming to oxygen, 3 into 2, 6. And here calcium 1, nitrogen 1, oxygen we have 1, 2, 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So to balance that, what we can do? First simple, let us mention here in front of CaO, let us mention 2. And if you mention 2 here, calcium is becoming 2. And here calcium, we have to keep it 2 such that it will change as 2. Nitrogens will be 2 into 2, that will be 4. And oxygens 6 into 2, that is 12. So nitrogen is 4. So what we can do? We can place nitrogen 4 here. Now nitrogens are 4. Oxygens count changed. 2 into 0, sorry, 2 into 1, 2, plus 4 into 2, 8, plus 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oxygen is becoming 12. So now that is balanced, right? So answer will be 2, 2, 4. Nothing is there means 1. 2, 2, 4, 1. Can you find that? Yes. 2, 2, 4, 1. Answer is B. Or straight away you can substitute. You can substitute 2 here. If you want to go with option A, substitute 2 and 1. You can substitute 1 here. But you see difference? 2 calciums and you can get 1 calcium. That may not be correct. Correct? It is not correct, so it is wrong. 2, 2, 2, 1. So substitute 2. Yes, 2 calciums. If you substitute 2, okay, 2 calciums. Again, you have to substitute 2 here. If you substitute nitrogen, is becoming only 2. But nitrogen here it is 4. This might not be correct, wrong. So like that you can do it. 24. Which of the following reaction is categorized by the yellow color of the product? So Zn plus H2SO4 zinc sulfate, that zinc sulfate salt will be pale yellow, simply to say it will be white in color. It is not that much yellowish, transparent, so white we can call. Na2CO3 sodium carbonate plus H2SO4 sulfuric acid gives rise to sodium sulfate plus water plus carbon dioxide. Sodium sulfate salt is also white in color. Lead oxide PbO4, which actually will be in red color, gives rise to PbO, lead oxide. That lead oxide is yellow in color, and oxygen. And KClO3 gives rise to KCl. Here potassium chlorate gives rise to potassium chloride, which also will be in white color. White color. So answer, they asked the yellow product, that is C. 25th. Which of the following involves chemical reaction? Chemical reaction in the sense which should not be retreated back. It should be irreversible. No, and always new product should be formed. There are some properties, right? If you remember, properties number 1, always new substance is formed. Second property, what we can say? Evolution of gas. Third, increasing in temperature. There should be change in state or color or taste or smell. So these are observations. Of course, let us not call it as property. Those are observations. Let us check this. Let us apply this. Evaporation of water. Any new substance? No. Water can be converted to gas and gas can be converted to water. This is reversible and this is not chemical reaction. Storing of nitrogen gas under pressure. If you apply pressure, nitrogen gas can be stored in form of liquid nitrogen. Again, if you leave the pressure, if you release the pressure, that can be converted into gas. So it is not chemical reaction because no new substance is formed. Keeping petrol in China dish in open. If you keep petrol in China dish, what will happen? It will evaporate. While evaporation, any new substance is formed? No new substance. No increase in temperature. No evolution of gas. Nothing. So this is also not chemical reaction. Heating magnesium wire in presence of air. Yeah, magnesium if we heat in presence of oxygen, air in the sense oxygen, will get magnesium oxide. So magnesium oxide is new substance. So answer is D. Next, 26th question. Ethane C2H6 on complete combustion in the sense that should be added with oxygen, gives rise to, gave what it gave, CO2, carbon dioxide and water plus H2O. Fine. It shows that result are in accordance with the law of conservation of mass. So this equation should satisfy this law of conservation of mass. Then the coefficient of oxygen is equal to, so here one number should come. What is that number? Let us substitute. Let us keep 3 here. If we keep 3, how many oxygens? 6. Here how many oxygens? 2 plus 1, 3, not equal. If you substitute 5 by 2, okay, if you substitute 5 by 2 O2, 2 gets cancelled, we will get 5. This side oxygen, no change, right? 3. No. And you see, is that balanced? No. For example, sorry, here we have 2 carbons, right? Let us keep 2 carbons here. If you keep 2 carbons now, 2 carbons, fine, and hydrogen we have to balance it. 6 hydrogens, and here how many hydrogens we have? 2. So we can place 3 now. Now this is balanced. 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens, 6 hydrogens. Now let us try to come from the starting. 3. If you substitute 3, it is 6. Now how many oxygens? 2 2's 4 plus 3. So totally product side we have 7 oxygens. So it is 6, it is 7, not equal. If you substitute 5 by 2, 2 gets cancelled, 5 plus 7, sorry, 5 and 7, not. Here let us keep 2, 2 into 2, 4, here this side 7, 4 is not equal to 7, 5 not equal to 7, no. Substitute 7 by 2, 7 by 2 O2, 2 gets cancelled, we got 7, product side we have 7, 7 is equal to 7, so answer is D, 7 by 2. Like that you can substitute and check it. 27, a powder salt X, so we have some salt X in dry test tube was heated that evolves brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide, okay, and a yellow residue of lead oxide. We got lead oxide PbO. The salt is, so here some salt is there. After heating it, we got PbO, lead oxide, and evolves brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide. So NO2 also we got, and a yellow residue of lead oxide. Okay, what should be here? Guys, it is very simple to understand and observe. Lead nitrate, we have lead, isn't it? In product side, when you have lead, Pb, reactant side also definitely there should be Pb, right? Product side and reactant side, same element should be present. If you observe magnesium sulfate, how come magnesium? No. Lead nitrate, yes. Calcium, no. Ammonia, no. So blindly we can mark this option B. 28, last 3 bits, 28, 29, 30. A reddish brown colored metal. So some metal, we don't know. Let us keep it as X. Used in electric wires. So electric wire, what we can use? We can use copper, aluminum, fine. When powdered and heated strongly in an open china dish, it color turns black. Okay, turns black. So copper, if it is mixed with oxygen burn, it will become CuO. Aluminum, it will become Al2O3. But Al2O3 is not black color. We know copper oxide is black color. Fine. When hydrogen gas is passed over its black substance, it regains its original color. Yeah. When CuO and if a hydrogen is given, automatically hydrogen, we will get Cu plus water, we can get this side. It regains original color, fine. Based on this information, the metal and black colored. Simple. It is, we have copper and copper nitrate, no. Copper and copper oxide, yes. It is not silver, not silver oxide, not aluminum, aluminum oxide, only option left. C, copper and copper oxide. 29. Last two. When dilute sulfuric acid is added to pieces of iron sulfide, so dilute sulfuric acid is added to pieces of iron sulfide. We can write in form of equation. Iron sulfide is FeS. What is added? Sulfuric acid H2SO4. Sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide gas is produced. Produced means product side. Hydrogen sulfide, that is H2S. And soluble ferrous sulfate is formed. Ferrous sulfate FeSO4 is formed. The type, okay, from iron sulfate iron, iron sulfide iron, H2SO4 sulfate, these two are combining to form FeSO4, and again hydrogen and sulfur both are mixing together to form hydrogen sulfide. Here one displacement, here second displacement. Answer must be double displacement. So whenever this type of question is given, please write in form of equation such that it would be easy. And last bit, 30th. Following reaction is used for preparation of oxygen gas in the laboratory. Okay, KClO3 and potassium chlorate. This KClO3 is known as potassium chlorate. When it is heated, we got potassium chloride, CHLORADE, chloride, and oxygen gas we got. Okay, which of the following statements or statement is or correct? So let us see whether we have any multiple options or one. It is decomposition reaction and endothermic in nature. So is the decomposition? Yes. What is decomposition? If you have AB molecule, if it is decomposing into A plus B, it is decomposition. Yes, same thing is happening here. A, we can KClO3, that is decomposing into KCl plus O2. Fine, decomposition, that is correct. And endothermic, what is the difference between exothermic and endothermic? Exothermic means which will release heat energy. So heat is produced out. Endothermic means heat should be given. Here what is happening? Heat is given. In equation we are not getting any like this plus heat. No, we are not getting this. Heat is given. So endothermic means of course heat is given. This would be correct. It is combination. No, it is not combination. A plus B should combine together to form AB. That is not happening. No, it is decomposition. Yes, accompanied by release of heat. There is no release of heat. It is wrong. It is photochemical. No, it is not photochemical. It is thermal decomposition. We have three types of decompositions, right? Thermal decomposition, electric decomposition, and photolytic decomposition. It is not photo, it is not electric, it is thermal. Wrong. So answer only option left is A, it is decomposition. So guys, we have discussed 30 MCQs, and in our next video, we'll discuss about fill in the blank. Fill in the blank of your chapter 1 chemical reactions and equations. And if you find this video is informative, if you like this video, you can subscribe to it for all new series of these videos. I'll upload 5 chapters of chemistry, at the same time 4 chapters of physics, all MCQ in one video, fill in the blank in one video, true or false in one video, assertion and reasoning one video. Means for each chapter you'll get 4 videos, and for 9 chapters 4 those many videos you are going to get. And you can share this video to your friend and learn, and you can make your friend to learn. So subscribe if you have not subscribed to it. Thank you, and we'll meet in our next video.